Happy Monday, first Monday and first day in December. I hope you're all having a wonderful month thus far. I see my friend Cheryl. I see my friend Lisa Marie. I see a friend Cindy from Creative Cindy's Creation and Darla. Good, hello and happy December to you guys. Janet, how are you? And let's see. Thank you for sprinkling, Cheryl. Thank you so much. Let me go ahead and find myself here. It's been a while, and kind of like, when you are stop getting on the groove of things and you got to get back on the horse. And so that's how we are right now. But anyways, I hope you're having a good first Monday of and first day in December. Goodness gracious, guys, I don't even know how we got to December, but here we are. Like it or not, here we are. um By God's grace, we have been given yet another year, yet another year. All right, so I got my drink, which I must have, because I get hot. All right, so let's see. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Michelle Harrison. How are you? All right, so what are we going to be doing today? Let me just tell you that. Let me just go ahead and take care of some things first. This is, as I said, December 1st, and thank you so much for joining me here. This episode is being streamed right into Craft from the Clock, which is a wonderful group of crafters that is available to you 24 hours a day. Thus the name round the clock. And not only that, but you all have an array of crafters' abilities, skill levels, and techniques that you better take advantage of just by simply requesting to join. If you have not joined, it is completely free and available at your fingertips. Michelle, hello. I did, Elisa, thank you. Hard to believe, rest. It is hard to believe that it is December. Hi, Donna, how are you? All the way from Missouri. I am here in Tampa, Florida. So it is being warm for us, pretty warm today. It was in the 80s, mid 80s. So, Kay Williams, thank you so much for being here. This episode, if you're watching me right now live, that means that there's a little red button right up here. That means if you have any questions, any suggestions, any comments, I would love to see them and hear from you today and right now, and I'll be able to answer them all as much as I'm able to do so today, right now. If not, then leave your question or comment and I will get back to you. Or if you're watching me via replay, do let us know that you're watching via replay just by commenting replay, hashtag replay on your comments. And I feel like I'm a little bit, what do you call that? Whoopsie daisy. Hold on a second, you guys. Hold on. Oh, what did I do? Hold on. Okay. Hold on. I was trying to do something and I kind of messed up. Okay. So I'm back. All right. So let's go ahead and get started because we have about 40 minutes by now. Hi, Yvonne. And by the way, you could also watch this episode in its full replay right now on YouTube. I'm streaming right directly into YouTube, and it will be available there for until YouTube decides to delete it, and eternity to come. Anyway, so not only that, but it is a good way to go back and find them, and also you could go ahead and join me. I am, as of now, 108 subscribers away from 500. So if you could go ahead and help me to reach that goal. I'm trying to get to 500 followers by the end of this year. So in YouTube. So just want to let you know. All right, so we're going to be working today on a cone tray. Now this cone tray, I'm going to go ahead and I've been working on this project now for some time. It's a project that you're going to kind of prep for. It's not a project that you're going to be doing on a 45 minute sitting. So you're gonna have to prep for it a little bit, and this is what I've been doing. Thank you for those that are joining right now on YouTube, and don't forget to say hi. We'd love to see who you are and where you are, where you're watching. So I'm gonna give you two options. Yvonne, did I say hello? And Martha, did I say hello to you? I don't want to be rude. And Kay Williams, thank you so much for being here, friends. I'm going to give you two options on how to make it. We're going to start with this, and I actually had these. Here we go. Beautiful little stands. I'm gonna show you I think I'm going to go ahead and go for this one, and that's why I wanted to do this. I got this one at the Goodwill, you guys, for $2.98. And got the little ticket to prove it. $2.98. And look how beautiful it is. It looks like a nice solid brass piece, or not, maybe not brass, and it looks like it was, and it was painted. I'm not really 100% sure, but it is pretty steady. And I like it. I love how dark it is, and we're going to use that. Now, I have an option to use my little cone here. And the reason why I'm kind of debating on using the cone for this is because it's going to give me a bottom here where I'm going to be able to just precision this. And this is going to give me basically an extra height or an extra support. Now, today's cone tree, we're going to be making a Rosette cone tree. Now, this Rosette cone tree are being sold right now in very expensive stores that are going in sale price, being on sale for 80 something dollars. I think it was 82 that I washed. Hi Patty, how are you, friend? Thank you so much for stopping by. So we're going to, and look at all of this, you guys. As I said, I've been working on this for some time, just watching TV and creating. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all these out. I have counted over 100% here. I stopped counting once I passed 100, you guys. Once I passed 100, I'm like, I think I have enough. So I have done these, and I have done this in 2 different sizes, and I have done this using some cardboard. I'm not cardboard, cardstock. So I have used my cardstock. I'm going to show you which one it is right here. And in this baggie is everything I need. Oh, look, there's some more that have fell out. There's a few more in here. Here. There's one more, but I can't grab it. Okay. Maybe not. So I have used some cardstock, and I have used, and this is Crimson Red, but the brand Reflections, and you can find this right at Michael's, and this is where I got this brand. I'm going to use the same paper to cover up this cone. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to put this to the side. I have been using my Rosette, and I'm going to go ahead and let me see if I could cut one out for you, or a few, and so you guys can see how I made those. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. The first thing that we're going to do is use our little our cone, foam cone. And by the way, this foam cone, you could obviously make them. You could get it in different sizes in your craft stores. Anyways, so I'll get chit-chatting with you in a second. Let me just go ahead and take care of this. And so as you can see, it is going to be just enough to cover our cone. So I'm going to start over here, and remember how we make our shape of our cone. And we're making the shape of our cone by holding your paper kind of like a 2/3 of the way in on the top, and you're not going to let go. This is going to be holding the top of your cone, and this is the part that you do not let go. You're going to start rolling just like this. This is where I'm holding right here, pinching, and this is where I'm going to start rolling. So now is what I have my cone shape. I'm going to start rolling. This is the hand that is going to form it, and this is the hand that's going to hold it into place. Okay. Now at this point, my cone is formed. Now I'm going to put my other cone on here, and I'm making sure that it is completely covered, and it kind of sort of is. I think I'm going to have to let go of the top just slightly. I want to make sure that my cone foam, it's completely covered. See that? So it's completely covered. I don't get to see it. From the side like this, you're not going to get to see it. So now that I know which size I want my cone to be, just go ahead and get it. Want it to just insert it in, and I'm going to tighten to the size of my foam cone. Okay, so now that I have it on there, by the way, you could go ahead and buy a parchment one if it's much easier for you, but I think it's good to try to just create one of yourself. You could gonna save yourself a few dollars just for buying paper. Not only that, but if you do not need to use the cone foam shape inside. You could also do it without it. You could just take, see what you're going to insert inside. Hi, Carol, friend, how are you? Where you're going to from Carol T Studios 5 and DIYs. You could do your cone by simply doing it this way. And not only that, but you're going to stuff things inside. What are you going to stuff? All paper. Just get a newspaper, get a parchment paper, get one of those papers that you get from Amazon, which I'm sure that you're ordering quite a lot of stuff that you may not need at all. But anyway, you can just stuff, things in, and once you feel like you just have pressed enough, and that you have kind of like a firm um what do you call, firm pressure in, firmly stuffed, then go ahead, and I like doing finished products, so I will just cut a little round paper also with the same color and just put it in, glue it in. So just many different ways, but anyways, because I want to put it on here, I have decided to that this is the way I want it. Now I'm going to get my scissors, and all I want to do is to cut a flat side on the bottom. The only thing is that I'm going to guide myself because I don't want to go ahead and cut too much. So we just need to guide myself because I really need it to be this size. Not too much. So we didn't waste a lot of paper. Just subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yay! So that means where we are what? 107 away. 107 subscribers away to my 500 mark. All right, so just want to make sure that we are, and look how beautiful that is already. Look at that, just the black with this color, with this crimson color. By the way, I am planning on, if Lord willing, everything works for great, I am planning. Stephanie, thank you so much for sprinkling love. Thank you. Thank you for your love. I am planning, hopefully, if all works well, for Wednesday to be able to do my reveal for my house decor. Y'all, I have been working on this for like about, not kidding you, I want to say 3 weeks for sure. I should have done this the opposite way, which is put this glue, my tacky glue, and my hot glue. Anyways, I'm gonna put some tacky glue and hot glue, not one on top of each other, but next to each other, like good playground friends next to each other. But I'm probably gonna have to put the hot glue again because I should have put the tacky glue first. But anyways, I'm going to put this, and that is because, as we all know, that hot glue and foam don't really exactly like to be together. So I'm going to go ahead and push that in. And I'm going to press down. Now, the only reason why I put it on the top of the cone and not continue it on the bottom is because if you could see, there is a gap all around the perimeter of that cone base. You see that there is, so all around there's going to be a gap, and the only part that is really held together or is touching the paper is only on the top. So all around there is a little wiggly gap. So that's the reason why I just kind of put the glue up on the top. So that's what's holding that on there. Now, I'm not going to glue this together. I'm going to position it like that. 2 reasons why. First of all, because I think this is really cute, and I think I could reuse it for other things, not just to hold my cone tray. It is going to be something that I am going to keep it, so I'm really not worried about that. And second of all, it is because right now I'm just doing it to demonstrate it to you. I am going to be trying to look for 2 identical bases because I'm going to be making 2 of these cone trees, and I want to make 2 identical bases for where I want to put it. I want to put it in my china cabinet, and I really need, and that is because honestly, guys, two things. My decoration this year in honor of my grandmother, she is her favorite color was red, and so that was never my decoration style or my decorating colors for Christmas. I've always been more the, neutral, the whites and the golds and the silvers and the little bit of blues. That has usually been my color scheme. So this time I went all traditional. I went all red. You may call it, the Ralph Lauren, but it's really not Ralph Lauren. I wanted to do more traditional. I'm really not, you know, really Ralph Lauren. I just kind of wanted to do a traditional Christmas decor. So, which is new to me. So I don't have a lot of stuff, guys. Thank you for the hearts, guys. I don't have a lot of stuff. So I have to make a lot of my stuff. So this is just for the, for demonstration purposes. All right, let's move on. And don't you think this is too cute? I think this is too cute. I would love to use it for other things. And not only that, but hey, isn't it true? Isn't it, to me, it's a lot easier to put this away when it comes to, putting away Christmas decoration than to put this whole thing like this. I don't know. That's just me. But anyways, let's move on. All right, so now that we got this, let's go ahead and plan and check and see. I'm going to show you how I created this rosette and how I created all of this rosette. So I'm going to go ahead and show you so you guys can see. In this rosette, the very, very basic one, I really didn't do lots of, very different designs. However, I did create different sizes. Cindy Lynn, how are you, friend? Haven't seen you around here in a while, but welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy you're here. So I created different sizes. I created different tones. So it's not just all one color. And the reason why I created different tones on the reds, I did use 2 or 3 different tones. It's just to kind of give a dimension. So I took one 8.5 by 11 cardstock in crimson red, and I went ahead and I folded it in 3. So I kind of wanted it like this, and until I kind of saw that I had even folds amounts. So there it is. I'm gonna fold, and now so I folded my paper in thirds. See? So now that I folded my paper in thirds, I'm gonna go ahead and cut them. Oh, I am glad that you're here live and that you have caught me live as well. Just love hearing from you guys. It's a different feel when you catch someone via replay than it is when you could just, talk to you guys live. How was your Thanksgiving? How was your Thanksgiving? Can you believe I did not take one picture of my Thanksgiving? Anyway, so now I have these 3. I'm going to just use one just for demonstration purposes. And for this one, I'm going to just cut in half. I'm going to do one for you, bigger one, and we're going to do one in smaller size. So this one is going to cut in half. So there it is. And for the next one, so you could see how it makes smaller one, I'm going to also fold this in thirds. There we go. So I did not take one picture during this Thanksgiving. Honestly, I did not. I don't know. I don't know why. There we go. So now you could see the difference in sizes. See? All right, so the first thing that you're going to do to make your rosette is that you're going to just go ahead and just cut your corners or round your shape. So instead of that elongated square, you're going to kind of have more of an oval size. Okay, so that's that. Doing the same thing with these. Just to kind of round them up. And by the way, you don't have to be precise with this one. It's very forgiving. Making rosettes is so forgiving. So now, as you could see, here it is. It's not completely, all of wonderful. I'm going to go ahead and go in. And now, think about the outside that you just got. This will become your center. So what I want, you had a great Thanksgiving. Oh, now we have a winter storm. No way. You have a winter storm and we're 85 degrees today. We did have a low 60s. I think it was mid 60s. I think it was on Thanksgiving Day. So we're like, yay! We're not sweating it out. So anyways, I'm going to go around. I'm going to go around. In my first layer or my first roundabout is going to be basically the same size. Now I'm going to come here and I'm going to kind of go a little bit thicker, or I'm going to make it wider, my cut in between in my spiral. And that is because that's going to become your outer part, so your outer part of the petals. Now I noticed that this one over here just becomes a little bit too, see how it becomes the corner here just becomes a little bit too much. So I'm gonna go ahead and just round it up just slightly. And that's pretty much it. Now, with the same scissors that I have been using, I put my fabric scissors away. And let me get my small scissors. Now you could use also tweezers. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my little scissors right here. I'm gonna hold it there. 39 degrees in Texas. Wow. You all sent some cool weather this way. So I'm going to start rolling. I just kind of held the tip of that right on there, and I'm going to start rolling. I'm going to start rolling, rolling, rolling until I kind of feel like I don't have to do too much work. It's just this is all about being lazy. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and pull my scissors out, and here is my little roll. See, I have my little roll in there. Now I have a little less to do, and that is so that I don't have to, just kind of being lazy, just being lazy. So now you're going to continue rolling. Make sure that you do not let go of that center roll, otherwise it's going to kind of unravel on you. So now, I usually did this with this tacky glue. It saved my fingers from being burned. Not only that, but this tacky glue, Aleene's tacky glue. Is it Aleene's or Aleene's? I don't know, one or the other. So Aleene's tacky glue. It's pretty, it's not drippy. It's going to stay put, and it does a good job really holding these together. So this one, just for the purposes of keeping it together while you guys are watching, I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue there. And as I put the hot glue, I'm going to kind of let go of that center, and I'm just going to go ahead and kind of let it unravel. But I put my glue first. I don't unravel first. That's just my way of doing it. Everybody has his own way. But that is my way of doing it. I let it, I put the glue and then unravel. Now, this is the Rosette that I got. Now, this is completely up to you. I'm going to show you how easy it is with the liquid glue. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit on there. I'm going to bring it a little closer so you guys can see. Let me wait until it squeezes down. This is a lot easier when you have it upside down the entire time. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue there. And just so you guys can see that there? So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to put it on the cup of my hand, of my palm, the palm of my hand, and I'm going to press it. And as I press it with the palm of my hand, I'm kind of making the Rosette kind of come into kind of like a little, like close up a little bit more. Okay. The glue is going to help me kind of mold the paper, and no worries, that glue is going to dry up clear, you guys. So it's going to be pretty good. So there. Okay. So now it's not wide open, kind of like a fan. You kind of see the bottom part of my Rosette. Did that. Let's go ahead and do just one more for the sake of, showing you. Gonna do one of the smaller ones. Doing the same thing. I'll start right here. I'm gonna trim that down. Hold on. I'm gonna start right here, and remember, the outer part is going to be your inner part. So just remember that. So at the beginning, I'm gonna keep my the distance from from your spirals sides. I'm gonna keep it kind of thin, and as I get in the middle, I'm gonna widen it up. So I'm going to go ahead and start here, going around until I kind of go completely around. And as I go in, as I go further into my spiral, the inner part of my spiral, I'm going to make it a little wider, because that will become my outer part. Now, you're not going to cut all the way. Once again, this part right here that you did not cut where my thumb is, this is going to be the base of your rosette, which is going to be where you're going to be adding your glue. Now, this is where it gets a little, not tricky, but this is just becomes easy. You're welcome to do it all with your fingers. When you have done this many, you try to find the easiest way. You could do, I do it with my scissors. I kind of just clamp it, and once I have it there, I'm going to let go, and I'm going to use my scissors to rotate. Sometimes they come soft. You could go ahead and clamp it again, and you're going to make sure that you hold the part that you're rolling. So right here, I'm holding it right here. Don't let go. The scissors, and you see how I'm going to, it's kind of like a screwdriver. So I'm going to see if I'm using my scissors as a screwdriver. I'm just rotating. Thank you for those that are joining in on YouTube. Welcome, welcome. We're getting more people in. This is my name is Maria. His Girls is Dancing. But today we're going to do a rosette cone tree that is perfect for Christmas, and it's going to take you all the way from Christmas to Valentine's Day. So no need to change your decorations on this one, you guys. If you do it in this color, you're going to be ready for Valentine's Day. So there we go. Just letting you know. Okay, so now that I kind of I have it in a good position, I'm going to try to just remove my scissors. Remember, continue holding this rose part, this rosette part, your rolled rosette. Continue holding it on there until you get to that center. Now, I'm the type that love to put my glue first. You're welcome to kind of, let go of your rosette and then put the glue. To me, sometimes I find that sometimes my rosette kind of escapes my fingers, and sometimes it just gets a little bit messy. So I just kind of put my hot glue, and while my hot glue, it's still moldable, that means it's still wet, I'm going to just let go, and it unravels a little bit, but it is enough so that you could have a beautiful little rosette. See? So it's kind of like a spiral thing, spiral paper. Okay, so now that I've shown you those two, let's go ahead and assemble. And this part becomes really fun. This is where you see that hard work paid off. So you want to glue likes colors together. That means make sure that your base, the cone, the base of your cone, which is the cone itself is basically the same color of your rosette. You don't want it to be different, because otherwise you're gonna have, once you have little gaps, then it becomes very obvious. You don't want that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dump my rosettes here. And I want to kind of start with the biggest ones on the bottom. So I'm going to take one at a time. And this is where now here comes a decision that you have to make. Do you want your cone to be able to sit flat on the bottom? Thank you, Diane. If you want your cones to sit flat on its bottom, that at any point it may not need a base, make sure that your rosettes lay flat. Do not put rosettes past the kind of like this way. See that? Because it's not going to sit flat. So if you want your cone to sit flat at any point on your table, whatever surface you put it on, then make sure that you align it to the bottom part of your cone, the base of your cone. Do not go past it. If not, then you're probably going to have to mount it on a pedestal. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And there goes mine. Okay. So notice what I'm also doing. See the gaps that now becomes in between? That's what I'm trying to say. Please use the same color of the base for your cone, because that way that's not going to be noticeable, you know. But if you have another color paper, oh, it will stand out so much. So so there. So now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and put another one over here. Put that one there. Just making sure that it aligns. Push this one in. There. See how now I have a different color? I know it is different, but once you have it, now it stands out. The difference of colors, it stands out a lot, and that is because it's the only one. But once you have different tones of this red, in different, just different tones, you will see that it's not going to stand out too much. Just want to make sure that it just becomes, you know, visually interesting. There. So this is, as I said, this is a part that you kind of, oh, yay, my hard work pays off. You could go pretty fast and it becomes pretty fun. There. Just need more glue sticks. So anyway, so then that was my Thanksgiving. My favorite dish, the dish that everybody kind of loved the most in my house, I want to say, what would I say? I can't really tell. The love the mac and cheese. Usually the sweet potato casserole is a favorite. What was one of the dishes, you guys, that was the most beloved dishes in your house? Um, See, in my house, we gotta have. You can't have you can't have a Spanish what do you call it, Thanksgiving without having rice. And we had rice. We have arroz con gandules, which is chickpeas rice. We did. So that's just you cannot have it in Spanish Thanksgiving without rice. All right, so there it is. Look how pretty that looks. All right, so now we're going to start just putting it all on there. Just here and there. I kind of want more of those, of the, you know what? I don't want the same colors together. Hold on. I kind of want more of the bigger ones on the bottom, and that's, I don't know, that's just me. But I'm going to just randomly put them there where I think they should go. Anyways, so how is the most beloved dish in your house? Or do you have something that says it is not Thanksgiving unless this is in the table? I think with us, it's got to be like the kids got to have the mac and cheese. It's got to be one. Always a mac and cheese on the table on Thanksgiving. Last year, I did not make any mashed potatoes. And they were like, this year they remembered, like, how could you have, we had gravy. How could you not have, you know, mashed potatoes if you had gravy? I'm like, you all had other things in there. But this year I did remember. I did my homework and I remembered. See, now I'm introducing other sizes, you guys. So that once I said, once you start here, once you get to this point, then, you know, your hard work pays off. Because it's an easy piece. It's a fly through, breezing through it. And I'm introducing different sizes just to kind of make sure that I fill in. And I think that size was a little bit too small for that. Let's make it a little bit bigger. I'll read your comments in just a second. Let me just undo my little messed up here. Here's one. All right, let's see. Your kids wanted the Jiffy corn casserole. Wow. I've never done that one. Y'all have really good, y'all have really good stuff. Potato casserole with cherry, with and cherry, yum yum. You know, I still have some of the cranberry sauce today. Actually, I just made it today I made some chicken breasts with cranberry sauce on top, and they're like, "You never done that." You know how teenagers are. You never done that. Since when do we make chicken with cranberry sauce? I'm like, you better eat it. that's all. That's all I have to say with that. You better eat it. All right. It's nice when we start doing the smaller ones. Oh, no worry, Kathleen. Not at all, friend. I'm so happy that you are here. That at any point you are able to jump in. You are welcome. I know we all have our responsibilities, you guys. So, let's see. Today, this year's, I did not make an apple pie, which was very different. I ended up making, not making, but we had cheesecake, pumpkin cheesecake. So it was the 2 layers. You had fish and brisket, mashed potatoes and gravy. Oh, Patty. Patty, I think I would have gone to your house easily. I love fish any moment. I'm a fish lover. As a matter of fact, that's what I was having for dinner today. They had chicken. I had fish. I bought some cod from Iceland. And I bought some, what do you call that? Um, some scallops. I bought scallops this weekend from Jersey. From the Jersey shores. I told my husband, you're having some scallops from Jersey, friend. I love seafood. I just love seafood. Not all seafood. I don't like shelled seafood so much. I just love fish. I love fish. But I'm not too crazy about shelled seafood. I do eat it. I do eat it. But it's not my go-to all the time. So anyways. I do love turkey, by the way. I make a lot of turkey on any given week. I make a lot of turkey. I make a lot of ground turkey. So I honestly make probably turkey probably 2 or 3 times a month. So that's just a lot. I do eat a lot of turkey. I love ground turkey. I love, believe it or not, I like the flavor of turkey. We all have about, let me see, 4 minutes. We had ice everywhere. I'm so sorry. Oh, I do, this is the kind of things that I don't like about winter. I did do my share of shoveling when I was young and lived in New York. I did do my share of shoveling. So, did help. I am so sorry, friend. That's not the part that I like about. You got to take the bad and the good. Just looking for the best places to kind of put these in there. Well, it's 3 of the same kind or the same colors. I don't want them to be so close together. There. All right, so look how pretty this is looking. You see, guys? I'm going to show you. See? You all, there is like $84 something, $82, sorry. And I will show you the store so you guys can see which one it is. But this is, I mean, see that? I am losing one. So let me see if I could finish one side so that way you guys can really see its finished state. Finish state, right? That would be the best word. Finished state. Yeah, this was my first time doing the 2-layer pumpkin cheesecake. It was really good. It was really good. It really was good. You know, in my house, they do say, oh yeah, we love pumpkin pie. But when it's time to eat it, you guys, to complete it and eat it all, they don't eat it all. And I hate throwing away food. Really don't like it. So, who else has leftovers? Today, from what I hear, is the last day to have leftovers. So, have you had your turkey taco and turkey soup with your leftovers? It's only 17 degrees here, Patty says. Oh, Patty, I'm so sorry. Thank you, Tiffany. She says it's gorgeous. And Donna says it's pretty. It is really pretty. I hope you give it a try. I really do hope you give something like this a try. They're so easy to make. It's so simple and easy, and I can't believe that it costs 80 something dollars in a store. It's like, really? You're all asking for that much? So, but anyways, everybody's got to make their money, right? Somehow. So, today is Cyber Monday. Did you do some damage to your wallet? Did you do some damage to your wallet? I am happy to report that I did not buy one thing. Honestly. I hate to be kind of like pressured into buying things just because I see a good sale. You know, there's always going to be a good sale. So what I did, I'm going to sit down and be very, very thoughtful about, you know, what to get for whom. So I'm really going to be very thoughtful because call it whatever you want to call it, inflation, whatever you want to call it. But, you know, just don't want to just buy because of the sake of buying. So I did not do any damage to my wallet. I should report that very happily to my husband. No damage to the wallet. Okay, there it is, you guys. See how pretty it is? Look at all the different sizes, and you see how different tones. You probably don't even notice that there's different tones of coloring in there, but there are. And this is, as I said, where your labor pays off, and you have so many. You still have rosettes to choose from, different sizes. And there it is. You guys, I think, is there another presenter for today? Hi, Vicky, friend, how are you? No damage here. Turkey salad. And you made the tuna salad. Yep, there you go. Turkey tacos, turkey salads, turkey for breakfast, and your omelet. What else do we have turkeys with? What else? Turkey soup. Gotta use those bowls too, right? You gotta use those bows because that's where the collagen is, you know. What else? I remember making turkey soup with my leftover bones. And you guys, all of the pieces that I think I have left are all in the lighter color. So I think I'm gonna stop because I don't want it to be like a one tone on the top. I'm going to go ahead and make some of the darker tone ones. So you see how it goes? See how pretty that is? You do not need a bow unless you really truly want one. but I don't wouldn't put a bow. I think the rosettes just make it so beautiful. And as I said, this is the kind of decoration, you guys, that you could do anywhere. You could use it now for Christmas, obviously, but you're also going to have it in display all the way to Valentine's Day. So doesn't show anyone behind you. Oh, shall we continue? So yeah, you could have it all the way from now to to um to Valentine's Day, honestly. Very easy to make. It's one of those that you could put on a tabletop. You could put, it's a 360 degrees decorated all around, so you could put it on a tier tray, top of the tier tray if you want. You could put it I'm going to use it in my china cabinet. I'm going to layer it up. So behind it is going to be some plates behind it. I'm going to kind of display it in front of the plates to kind of bring more of this crimson red coloring into my china cabinet. So you can make them in different sizes, obviously. So you can make really big ones and a whole set of different size ones. So that's just giving you a lot of alternatives as to, you know, how you could go ahead and display it. And again, you're right on ready for Valentine's Day. You know, it's funny, I keep mentioning Valentine's Day, you guys, is because it is very elegant. Patty, you're right. It is, you know, not only is it elegant, but it's something that, depending on the finishing that you're giving, obviously I'm using the red, but depending on the finishing that you're giving it, you can make it very rustic as well. You could go ahead and use and make it in the brown tones if you want to, and be more of the rustic feel. So you can make it with glitter paper if you want to do more of the glammy kind of glittery tones. So the finish, that depends on you and your decorations. So mine is going to be red, and I'm going to try my best, you guys. My house is completely decorated, but I'm going to try my best to see if I'm able to just go ahead and give you more of a tour on Wednesdays. I signed up on Wednesday for 10 o'clock, so I'll see if I'm able to give you more of a tour. Those friends that are joining on YouTube, would you do me a favor? Welcome, by the way. My name is Marie with His Girls Designs, and I love making home decor, handmade home decor that is budget friendly, neutral colorings, and always with a touch of elegance. If you like this kind of things, then go ahead and subscribe, and that does a few things for me. It helps me out with the algorithm, but it also helps you to grow and stand out a little bit more on my on YouTube world. So and it also helps me to get to my goals, you guys, which is something that I am attempting to. By the way, you guys, we made it to 62. And you're probably asking me, what on earth are you talking about? I'm talking about TikTok. I know it's not the cup of tea for many. So it is not for me, to be honest with you. It really isn't. But hey, you guys, it is really something that people that gravitate to. This one did not glue. Hold on a second. There's a lot followers there. There's a lot of people there. So anyways, I decided to jump in the wagon very late. It is his underscore girl underscore designs. That's how I am on the YouTube world. Um, and Cindy, I think I did follow you. So anyone that kind of comes there and has a business, if you're following me, I jump right on and I follow you, and I go ahead and give you some hearts and comments right away. Um, so just want to let you know. But we made it to 63. And I'm just laugh. I just laugh. All right, see how it goes. I think that looks a little bit too, it looks a little bit too big for that size. I'm going to go ahead and bring it down. I'm going to go ahead and and the only way that I'm going to do, guys, to bring it down, instead of I'm doing my rosette, I just go ahead and just trim my outer parts, my petals. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim them down. This hot glue. Trim those down. And that way they stop being so in your face big. See, they are now become a mini size. You know, they look more on the size that we're looking for. So, whoopsie. So there it is. See how all of a sudden I just kind of cut those outer rings, outer petals down, and then becomes more of a reasonable size for that part of the cone. Yeah, I just have a big old glue mess in here. But anyways, I am going to stop. I just realized how, even though I thought that I had so many, that I had made so many, and that was in, this was good enough. Honestly, that's what I thought. I had like so many. It was going to give me enough to make one palette and a half. Look how many. You all, there's, I think it's a little bit over 100 rosettes. I haven't finished gluing, but it will take me probably 100 rosettes. Oh, you have 50 in your TikTok. So you gotta go find Cindy. Cindy, I had a hard time finding you, friend. I noticed that your name is not the same. So so maybe you may want to add your create with Cindy's creation to your profile, because I was looking for you by name, and I didn't quite find you. I had to go and dig up some of your um kind of like in videos so that I could find you. Anyways, so just kind of like put that out there. Anyways, guys, can't believe we're already talking about Christmas. And listen, my Pinterest, I'm already digging up Valentine's Day. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. Um, some of the things, and I just go ahead and chit chat as I glue on here. Some of the things, some of the goals that I have for this new year is I'm really putting the push on my son to help me create that website, and to start really truly getting more, can I say, more serious about selling my craft. And so I am going to try to begin doing, you did change it? Oh, good, good, good. I haven't checked. But I did follow you, friend. But anyways, I am going to try to get a little bit more, what can I say? Not consistent, but I think I'm going to be more serious. That will be and committed this year to just really truly be, you know, really truly be taking the steps that needs to happen to make it, jump at it as a business. So I did get accepted for to be an affiliate of Christian Crafting Papers, which I'm really excited for. And I'm going to get that going. But I'm really wanting to this year more than ever to really be not consistent, but committed to jump at it as a form of a business, and decided to finally go ahead and register the business as well with the IRS, and really be more committed and really jump at it as I said, as a business. So my son and I are going to be working on it. I have a whole 10 days off during Christmas time. So I think during that time, we're going to be working on just creating the website. Thanks to Debbie from Taylor by Debbie from all of her suggestions and ways on how to make it happen. But yeah, you're going to see that out there. So because of that, I'm going to be jumping into doing a lot of Valentine's Day stuff a lot earlier, so that way I could go ahead and supply the website and have several of the same of like products. So it would just be not just one of each, but two or three basically of each ones, and see what sells. I might be doing some of the smaller ones, so that way I just need to experiment with shipping. and see how that goes. So I've been looking also into how to make my life easier when it comes to shipping, and I already ordered the catalog for shipping companies anyway. So I am trying to really not only visualize. I think one of the things, and I'm sorry if I bore you guys, but this is the craft, so you could see that, and in case you need to go do something else, but this is just chit chatting, just to put my thoughts out there. And I think I heard a preaching. I heard a sermon. It was online. It was how to use your art to please the Lord. So when I heard that, and it says, God has not gifted us, with an incredible talent. Um, to make beauty. It's kind of like yet another way. You know how you become a mother and all of a sudden it's like, Lord, I clearly understand. I understand you now more than ever, how much you love us, because now we experience that love for our children. But as a creator, more than anything, thank you, Kay. As a creator, more than anything, now I could really truly see um, the aspect of God as a creator. How his creativity, when you look at the flowers, when you look at the variety, colors, sizes, when you look at insects, when you look at different animals, and yet you see what an incredible creator, the creator of all creators, has gifted me that little much of that talent. And why would I just put it under, like, you remember that old song, hide it under a bush? Oh no, I'm gonna let it shine. I think that's what we need to do as creators. Don't hide it under a bush, or no, let it shine, because that is how it pleases the Lord. So I think, I don't want to face coming to eternity and having the Lord, say, I gifted you with this. What have you done with this? It's kind of like when you have, remember the parable, the talents, and there was, he gave three people three different talent, the same talent, and what did they do? The one of them went ahead and buried it, because, like, heavens forbid that I lose it. My owner, my master is going to come back, and I need to make sure that I give this. But the other one went ahead and did a lot more, and the last one did, blew it out of the park, right? So I don't want to be, thank you, Cheryl. I don't want to, I'll check it out. I don't want to be the one that is going to be hiding under and dig it in, just for, X, Y, and Z reasons. So maybe because I didn't think I was good enough, maybe because I just didn't think I was fearful of this or fearful of that. And that really happens, you guys. You may think, oh, look, you're so good at this, you're so good at that. You guys, I'm gonna be honest. I am so fearful at times to put my products out there and to send them to you, or to put them for sale, because I'm always thinking, thank you, Amy. Um, Amen. Thank you, Donna. But I'm afraid to kind of say, gosh, they're gonna get it at home and they're not gonna like it. They're gonna get it at home and they're gonna say, I paid this much for this, and I'm always kind of like afraid of that. So I need to get over that, and just say, however it is, Lord, I'm just gonna go ahead and honor you with and putting it out there, and you know and whether you purchase it or not, that will be completely up to you. But I think I'm just going to really finally truly want to honor the Lord with my giftings, and with the talent, not gifting, talents that he has gifted me with. So that is my aim as I think of 2026. And we'll see where the Lord, take us from there. But you will see some more of that I would like to do. um you have those too, Carol. I know. Sometimes I go through the stores, you guys, and I see things that I'm like, yo, are selling what for what? They were selling a little tiny thing like this. I'm not kidding you, a little tiny thing like this in Home Goods, that it looked like, I'm not kidding you guys, it looked like a Jenga block, that it was like little Mary and Jesus. I mean, Mary, yeah, Mary carrying Jesus out of a Jenga block, and I'm like, they were asking for $10 for that little tiny thing, and I was like, thank you, Lou, honey. And I was like, I told my husband, I'm like, they're asking for $10 for this? No way, and then I saw other things, and I'm like, oh, I could easily do that, but you see it on the stores, and it is, oh, people kind of like will give anything because it's in a store, but you create the same things, you guys. We just don't create the quantity that they sell, but we create the same things. And I mean, I see some of the things you all are making here. It's like, I mean, the work of art, and and so I think it's time to for us to give our put our footing and see the value, not from what we see our value, but see the value the way the Lord sees our value, and seeing the talent not as my talent, but see the talent as this is the talent that the Lord has gifted me with, and that I have to give him an account when I face him, when I'm face to face with him, give him an account as to what have you done with the talent I gave you. I gave you this talent so that you could do better for your family, so that you could go ahead and get ahead in life, so that you could go ahead and bless others. So for whatever reason, I gifted you with this talent with. And so I want to be able to stand before the Lord and say, Lord, I did this with this talent that you gave me. So I wanted to please you. I honor you in this way. So I don't want to stand in heaven short when I stand before the Lord and giving him an account. So I really, that's the way that I saw it. I could, for you, I could actually put the link on my Facebook account, and as to that YouTube video, and you could see many of them. He's an incredible artist, and he's just honoring the Lord through that. So that you guys can see it and not see it as too much. Sometimes I don't want to see it like, oh, I don't want to come off like show off, like when I'm showing off because, oh, look, I could do. Not at all. So I just want to go ahead and say, this is what the Lord has blessed me with, has gifted me with. This is my talent. I'm honoring the Lord with my talents, and I'm putting it out there for it to shine. Not hiding it under a bush no more. I'm gonna let it shine, and that is that is what I have really sought the Lord for, as to what do we want for 2026. I already bought my agenda, so I'm getting my wheels are turning and kind of getting myself together. So just kind of wanted to put that out there with you, come clean, and yeah, this is what I'm striving for, what I'm praying for, what I'm envisioning for, and let's see where the Lord takes us from here. And the rest is up to him. All right. So thank you so much. Everyone has to start somewhere with their talents. Amen. Yes, Amy. That's right. Sparkle on, sister, says Lou. Thank you, love. Well, it has come to an end, you guys. So I hope you guys tried this one. Super easy. Paper, glue, you got this. All right. May God bless you, you guys. You are feeling the same way I do, but at least you are on Facebook. I'm scared to get on there to do my crafts. Tina, don't be scared. You know why? I was scared for a long time. Don't be scared. You know why? Because if someone, just think of that when you go to the bread aisle and you have bread, the same bread from so many different companies. How many companies make sliced bread? How many companies make hot dog bread? And it could be all the same thing. It's the same recipe. It's the same cut, but they all have its own little flavor. And for some reason, we all gravitate to one more than the other. So put yourself out there. If the Lord had put that in your heart, and you're doing it, not because just the way that you're showing it right now. I'm afraid, you know in the Lord has not given us the spirit of fear, but that of love and power and a sound mind. So be empowered in Him. If this He has gifted you the talent, just go for it, and the rest will fall in its place. We all start from somewhere. In those first days, those first times on Facebook, listen, you know, um, they could be scary, but as you kind of sit on in front of the camera more and more and more often, it not becomes a second nature, but it becomes a lot easier with every time you step. You don't have to even show your face. You could go ahead and start making videos that it just becomes more of your hand. There's people here that start with just showing their faces, saying hello, and then directly moving the camera. That's something like this, moving the camera down, moving the camera up, so that way, listen, when I started, you guys, the vacuum cleaner, my upright vacuum cleaner, I used to tie my phone with a with an elastic band to my upright vacuum cleaner. That was my stand because I didn't have a stand. I used to put the cans, vegetable cans, the regular cans, and I used to put my phone up there, or I used to make it so that my phone can do this and hang from the ceiling, from there, so that way. That's how I started, you guys. I started on a desk, and then I gravitated, then I went on to the table, my dining room. Then I literally, you all remember, some of you may remember, that I was a closet. I used to joke around that I was a closet, I was like a closet crafter. I'm like, I'm gonna finally come out of the closet. I used to joke around, but I was a closet crafter. I sat on a little closet, you guys. It was a tiny little walk-in closet, and somehow in my son's room. And I was a closet crafter. I'm right now sitting in my garage, you guys, that is not insulated, and in the hot Florida heat, I'm sweating bullets here. Lord knows that this is all going to do that. He knows my heart. But we all start somewhere, and don't be afraid, because you never know what the Lord has in store for you and what you're going to come across in feeding other souls. So I try to always, in everything that I do, put the Lord first. You all know that if I start here, if I'm the first crafter to start crafting and craft on the clock, I always start with a prayer. Before I start here doing anything here, you all see me. I'm always, I mean, you don't see this, but I always say a prayer before I start here. So, anyways, all of that, you all, just to kind of say, you may be seeing more of me. You are using so many of your talents that God has given you. Think about how many things you teach us. Oh, thank you. About crafting and sharing the word, the Lord. Amen. I'm glad that you take it like that, because more than anything, that's what I want more, is to shine for the Lord, but left to be less of me and more of Him. That is kind of like, we reflect His love, but it's too direct to Him. So we reflect to direct. So that's the way I see it. Amen, sister. Just put your best foot forward. Amen. Love you guys. Love you all. Tomorrow, Tuesday, I have the longest day of the week for me. I work all day, literally, from 8 a.m. all the way to 11 p.m. Long day every Tuesday. So that's why you will not be seeing me tomorrow face to face, but Lord willing, if I'm able to do it, I will definitely confirm with you. But the plan is for Wednesday at 10 p.m. I'm going to be live here on YouTube and Facebook, but also on Craft Round the Clock. And we'll do hopefully the walkthrough on the house. It is completely done. And I'm really excited to show you, so you guys can gather, inspiration, and yeah, and we could oohing over things, anyways, because a lot of things were very new to me this year. May God bless you, may God keep you, make His face shine upon you, may God grant you His peace, and may the Lord bless also our friend Tracy Campbell, who had just has made this platform, and allowed me to just sit down here and chit chat. All right, you guys, have a beautiful, beautiful night, and have a beautiful day tomorrow. Adios. Hey, don't forget, Go check out TikTok if you are, and YouTube. All right. Love you all. Adios.